I was watching this podcast yesterday on YouTube with JJ Redick and LeBron James. They came out with a new podcast, and I remember I was watching it, and JJ Redick asked LeBron, he was like, "What really drove you? What do you think separated you, like, as becoming like the best player to ever play the game of basketball?" And it really stuck with me because LeBron said that why not? He was like, we don't have a lot of time on this earth. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, so why not maximize the potential you have? And it stuck with me because I was like, I've always felt like that, but at the same time, I never really put it in that type of context. But like when you think about it, if you are able to the best of your ability, there's people who are born with certain disabilities where it's things that they wish they could do that people can, and they're not able to. And if they could, they would. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, damn, like why not maximize your time on this earth? We're not here for a long time. So why not be the best person you can be? And a lot of people these days, they crave certain things, but it sucks when you're looking at it from the outside looking in, because you can see that being in a world of social media, a world of trends and things like that, that people want life to happen for them the easy way. Everybody wants stuff the easy way. None of these things that I'm gonna say, none of the things that you hear on a day-to-day basis is anything new. To be honest with you, unless you're finna go and throw your life away, that there's nothing that people can say to you now that's new, that's foreign. It's always gonna be, you got to put the work in, you got to make decisions, you got to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a part of it. I'm conscious enough to know what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm conscious enough to know the things that is gonna put me in the right space. I live a very simple life. Like I don't really do too much going out. I don't do too much clubbing. I don't have a lot of people around me. I'm not in a lot of people's faces. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much I go to the gym, I work out, and I go home. But it's my comfort. That's comfort to me. Like that's nothing that I'm forcing myself to do. That's nothing that I would suggest that you all do or anything like that. It's just that's what helps. That's what comforts me. I don't like being a drummer. I'm not very social. You know what I'm saying? And so it gives me this time when I'm deep into my thoughts and things like that. It gives me this time to figure out what I should be doing to help and improve my life. And my main thing right now is the financial point. I do okay. You know, I do okay. But at the same time, I want to be to the point where I'm financially free, where I don't have to wake up every morning and punch in a clock. And there's nothing wrong with that. Who knows? That might be the end result for me. But I'm gonna do everything I can to not make it. You know, I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to get to where I want to go. And for me, it comes with discipline. It comes with discipline with my money. I'm big. I'm big into fashion. I'm big into shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm big into certain things that it takes away from my end goal. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm noticing that, and it's okay if you're like that as well, like me. It's okay to spend money, and every once in a while reward yourself. You should be rewarded for good behavior. So if you feel like you're on the right path, then you should be rewarded for good behavior. But it just can't be a constant. It can be consistent. Do you see the trend? Every time something is consistent, whether it's in a good way or bad way, it's gonna have a result. Like really listen to that. Every time you do something consistently, whether it's in a good way or a bad way, it's gonna have a result. Meaning, people say they have struggle, they have a hard time with consistency, or they don't really understand the power of consistency. Well, if you every day getting Starbucks 2 or 3 times a day, if you eating out 2 or 3 times a day, what's the result of that? You never have any money. So just flip that around. If you budget and you can save so much more of that money every pay period that you have, then the flip side of that would be you saving that money and being able to use it to invest in yourself, invest in your wealth, invest in your knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Invested in so many different things. Save that money to buy something that you need an end goal, to have an emergency fund in case something crazy pops up. Because you can do good at saving money, But if you're not saving enough where if a crazy event happened and you have no money for that, then it's defeating the purpose of setting yourself up. Everything that I'm talking about right now is about setting yourself up for what you want to be in life. And again, the purpose of this video is to say that this is the sign, this is the point for you to sit there and say, okay, let me lock in, because that's really why I feel like the point I'm at right now, where it's like, okay, let me really lock in. I can actually say that right now, this in the beginning of this year, that 5 year plan is going into action, and I feel like for the first time in a long time that it's all on me. And what I mean by it's all on me is the ball is in my court, deciding what the decisions I make in these next few years is going to shape up whether I can get to that goal or not. And the only person I can be mad at the end of these couple years is myself. You know, I don't necessarily call this game, but I do call this a wake up sign. It's like nobody in life I had to learn is gonna feel bad for you, and nobody's gonna care about your excuses. And when I learned that, when I in my head I learned that it put me in this different mode, because it's like, yeah, you can sit here and say, oh damn man, well I wasn't able to do this because this happened, family, like kids, this and this. And the person you telling in your face can be like, oh damn, that's crazy. Hit you with that, oh damn, that's crazy. They can do that. They can say, man, I understand you, like it ain't your fault. But after that, after you have that little moment of validation from them, they're gonna go on with their life and whatever, whatever. And you still gonna have to deal with the stuff you have to deal with, because they're not gonna say, well, dang man, well here's 100,000 right now. Here's 10 bands for you right now. Dang man, let me contact the president. Let's see what we can do for you. Ain't nobody gonna do that. And when you learn that, you'll stop feeling sorry for yourself, because when you feel sorry for yourself, just honestly, it ain't no big science behind it. When you feel sorry for yourself, what is that doing for you? You giving people these sob stories about why this ain't working for you, why this ain't happening, why it's taking you long to put this plan in motion. What is that really? What is that really achieving for you in the long run? And that's what I mean by ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. They might act it, they might give you the sympathy and stuff like that and all that, but in the long run, ain't nobody gonna still feel sorry for you. And ain't nobody gonna take care of you, you know? And the fact that I have that in my head, it's like, okay, let me find solutions to the problems I have. And what's the point of complaining? Venting and complaining is totally different to me. If you have that one person or a couple people, couple homies, couple friends, couple family members that you have around you that you can, vent to from time to time, that's life. People need to blow off steam. You need to let these emotions out. When they get to complaining, it's like you're finding every excuse for these problems. You're not just venting the problem. You're trying to find excuses. You want people to come and comfort you. You're telling everybody and their grandmama. That's complaining to me, because it's like, okay, how many times do you need to tell the same story? Like, what are you looking for? That's another thing in my life. It's like, what are people looking for when they do certain things? It'll tell you a lot about a person. I had a conversation with a homeboy a couple of days ago about kind of like the same thing, and I was sitting in my crib today, and it's been playing over and over in my head. Not necessarily the conversation, but just the topic alone of having a wake up call to really just lock in and get to where you want to be in life. Everybody doesn't have the same goal. Is whatever you have as far as aspirations or where you can see yourself ending in life. It can be the most simple life. That's fine. Like everybody has a place in life and in this world, I believe wholeheartedly. Like, don't be a bum. Don't waste your good years throwing them away and then try to recover for them in your late 30s, 40s. It's just not the best way to live. You should reverse that, because when you in those ages, your body don't work the same. A lot of things don't work the same. A lot of you don't have as much time. To me, my definition of life is time. Time to do whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? When you work all the time, when you have to do all these certain things and your time is always constricted, you're not living. So you see how that plays hand in hand to me. Nothing I say is law. I don't believe that, but I do really believe in every word I say. And if you can feel that coming from this video, then you one of the ones who have the same mindset I have. And so I really just wanted to end this video off by saying that we all are here for a reason. When you really look at the history of humans being on Earth, It's crazy how everything is lined up for us in certain ways. And again, I'm not gonna get religious or anything. I want to keep that out of this video, even though I am a firm believer in God, of course. But even without including God into this, just just to lay it out, we're all here for a reason. When you think about humans being on Earth and how everything now, everything around, everything as far as in Earth in general is set up in a pretty coincidence way for humans. We're here for a reason. The end thing for every human is they want something in life or they see something in life. And if you don't, then let this be a video to find that, because why not? You know what I'm saying? Um, so with that being said, I hope everybody have a good day. I hope everybody being safe. I'm out, y'all.